Okay, here to show you guys how to do a couple things for your Mother's Day video. Just import music and files and put it together, just a couple simple things. Some of them are going to be refresher. So I have, of course, used good file management and put all my elements in one place. So I'm going to start, of course, with just dropping these photos on my timeline and getting these in there for my video. And I'm going to try to keep this relatively short so that I can mostly focus on the part that I want to, which is audio. Okay. And how to, I think this is the clip I want. Yeah, should be. So, and how to taper one and bring up the other slowly. So, I'm just going to give this a quick play. And let's see about my pacing here. Obviously, I think I need to clip the beginning of that audio file. There's not a lot there, but it's not a bad thing to start with. The audio gets pretty quiet at the end by itself, so it never is very loud. So I think one of the first things I'm going to do is raise the level of the whole clip. Slider was not being kind. I should have used this guy. A little simpler. Okay. So that our whole clip is at a higher level. And I also want to remind you that we are really focusing on audio right now. So giving yourself a little more room to work in the audio, especially since we're going to be using this line, is a good trick. Okay. So what we want to do is change the level at the end of this video and at the end of this audio and the beginning of that audio. So very simply, we're going to use our keyframes once again, but we're just going to take a quick listen for how that transition sounds right now. Okay, and the music is way too loud and covers up that soft audio. Again, remember, you can actually just raise the whole clip, the audio on the whole clip that way, just by dragging that line once you make your thing a little bigger. So it's a little better, but it's still, we got too much. And yet I want the overlap. I just don't want it to drown out the tail end of that. I want it to come up slow. So we're going to go to volume. Okay, and we're going to use our keyframes. Make sure you have the right audio clip selected. We do have the I guess the narration, the recorded audio that I have selected up here. That's what this is. That's what this one is. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to open my keyframes. I'm going to click the stopwatch. Okay. And it's going to delete that keyframe, which I didn't really need to have. So, all right. So now we should have a keyframe there. Okay. The keyframe right there. We're going to leave that. Well, that one actually, we had it up at, I believe, 15. So there we go. So that keyframe's now set to 15. And what we want to do is taper it way down by the time we get over here. So we're going to set our cursor to the end of this clip. Okay. And we're going to have it get all the way to, actually we're not going to take it down to 0. We're going to go since it is quiet anyway, let's try about 4 decibels, okay? And then now we're going to move to this other clip, and we're going to do the opposite, okay? This guy, this clip, we're going to set a keyframe for him, okay? Right there. All right, so our keyframe, he starts, it says 0 decibels, so there's not any additional, it's not turned up at all. So it's at the default setting. So we're going to go ahead and have that guy start at 7. Okay, let's try that. You can see it's blowing off the top, so we'll go down to 0 for that. Where it pulled in automatically. No. Let's try 0. Okay. Play it again and watch this over here. We want it to stay. We want it to stay at the top of the green, really. So we can keep moving it down. If you're going to slide this guy, a little easier to use. All right, and you see what's happening. I guess I didn't realize I'd created some keyframes already. So what we can do, once we have our keyframes, is in this wider view, we can pull these guys so that they adjust right here in our audio wave there. So now we can see how it fades in. Okay. I think this guy just a little too quiet at the end. So let's try him again. I think the music's pretty good. All right. So you can play with these to adjust your level. Remember, you can drag them to change them in time. You can drag them to change them in volume once you have them set. So this makes it a really easy way to utilize those keyframes to adjust that audio. So final effect, no music throughout here. All right, so that's how to adjust volume levels using keyframes.